the hottest, the baddest, and the most fucking extreme wrestling podcast in Pennsylvania, Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk Podcast. We are back. We are the shitheads. Myself, the king. I got main event Jay, and I got the freak from motherfucking Q Creek, Reese. What's happening, fellas? What's going on?
What's up, fella?
Not much.
Ready to talk some little bit of old school wrestling.
Absolutely. Tonight's episode, we are going to be doing some of our favorite Monday Night Raw matches. Some memorable, some probably we don't even fucking remember. Because I sure as hell know I ain't gonna remember some of them. But it's definitely something cool. I'm sure it's gonna bring back some like Jay said, old school memories. Real quick before we get started, make sure you hit that like button, share when you see this video. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, and Instagram, and Twitter X. I don't do the Twitter /X, so I always forget about it. So it is what it is. The freak from Q Creek handles that portion, I believe. I'm sure he's gonna want a raise here soon, coming up 2024. So I might have to take that over myself. If that happens, I'll probably just get rid of it.
Nobody gets a pay raise in this organization.
Just me. Just me.
Yeah. So
the only raise you get is getting up out of your chair.
That's right. And sometimes I don't even do that on weekends. Real quick before we get started, guys, we just want to take a minute to say thank you to the Shithead Nation. If it wasn't for all you guys watching, leaving comments, likes, shares, we wouldn't be doing what we were doing today, even though we don't give a shit. We'd probably still be doing it, but we have fun bringing you these podcasts. So again, thank you for everybody that likes, shares, comments, tells us how much they enjoy the show when they see us out. But anyway, let's get started on our favorite Monday Night Raw matches. We'll start from Jay and we'll go over to Reese. That way nobody's interrupting, talking over each other. Because the fucking king ain't gonna put up with that shit no more.
Yeah, that's
tell me when I'm telling lies.
That's sacred ground.
It's just so hard, man. Like every podcast does it, even on TV they do it, and I just laugh because I'm like, yeah, we're not the only ones that do it. But anyway, all right, Jay. So, how do we want to do this? You want to just go one by one, or do you want to give your list and then we'll talk about it? It's totally up to you, man.
Mine is in no particular order.
Yeah, yours never is.
No, because it's too hard to come up with a 1 to 5.
Right. Yeah. And let's be honest, you can't count that high either.
Well, I got 5 fingers on one hand and 5 fingers on the other hand that I'm gonna smack the shit out of you with. So the first one that I thought of, see, These just come off the top of my head.
Off the top, huh, guy?
Off the top. I don't know if you guys remember. You probably remember the finish. Shelton Benjamin versus Shawn Michaels. It was May 2nd to 2005. If you don't remember anything else about that match, you have to remember the finish. Shelton did a springboard right into the Sweet Chin music, and holy shit. I thought Michaels killed him. The whole match was good. I went back and watched a little bit of it. The whole match was great to good, but that finish, God damn it. I thought Shelton was dead.
Wait, he did a spring roll? Was he eating Chinese during the match or what?
No, only you would have done that.
First of all, that's a negative because I don't like spring rolls.
Yokozuna was throwing rights in the corner, and you were catching it in your mouth. But that's another.
He was Mr. Fuji.
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 Oh, hey, was you in makeup again before the show?
Yeah, I'm trying out for one of the headbangers.
Jesus Christ!
You're trying out to do what with head? What?
No.
Listen, guy. After last week,
part
the
headbangers,
we don't need anybody talking about head or anything like. Next thing you know, you be shitting on somebody's head. Just leave it alone. Just leave it be. From that, he's not Reese anymore. He ain't the freak from Q Creek. He ain't the minor of your desire. He is now to be known as Vince Laurinaitis.
No, definitely not.
Man, we're it gets started already. We're not even 8 minutes in yet, and we're already going at it. So Jay, I don't remember that match.
I'm not even a little bit shocked.
What year was it again?
It was 05.
Oh yeah, that's way beyond my.
And I'm guessing
I'm
guessing Reese, you have that as well.
Yeah.
It was in the opening of Raw. Reese, correct me if I'm wrong. It was in the opening of Raw for like years and years.
When they had the good theme song.
Yeah, you're exact. When they quit pissing around with it for a while.
Yeah.
Now they're.
You know what? Speaking of the. Somebody go.
No, please. You jumped right in. Please go.
I forgot you said about the theme song, and I forgot to play the little video thing here. But here we go. I forgot to play that in the beginning. My bad.
that would have been better at the beginning. I don't know. Maybe that's why Kevin Dunn left WWE. Now he's doing production for Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk.
I forgot a one time. My bad. All right, Reese. What's your first match?
Well, since Jay took mine, I'll put Taker versus Jeff Hardy. I think it was for the IC belt.
You know what year?
Not off the top of my head.
Was that the ladder match, Reese?
Possibly. That's the one where he like they were in the back and shook hands and shit.
That was for Taker's undisputed title, and it was a ladder match.
So why were they in the back shaking hands if it was a ladder match?
It was Taker putting him over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
after the fact.
Jay, do you know what year that was?
Ah, man, it would have had to have been mid 2000s.
Oh, okay. Because I do not. Shockingly, I do not remember that one either.
Well, I'll be go to hell.
Well, you got to figure there were 1,600 episodes, so
Yeah, thanks, Reese. Thanks for sticking up for me.
Well, and there were I think that was right around the first brand extension.
Oh,
So
okay.
there was a lot of moving parts, and I think the first brand extension was 2021,
it says 02.
2 or 3. Oh, two. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So
it
that was
says 02.
yeah. So it was right around there. But I do remember that match, and that's what got Jeff Hardy over as a single.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So the first match that I got for favorite Monday Night Raw is I believe this is on the first episode of the first Raw ever, July 19th, 1993. Is that right?
No. Raw started in January.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thought I had this one, but I guess I forgot that. But Shawn Michaels versus Marty Jannetty.
Is that when Jannetty hopped the barricade?
I cannot remember much of that match.
Boy, you're doing a hell of a job tonight, guy.
Hey, when you're old like I am, you forget things.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do have a few notes here. Let's see. Jannetty was electric, zipping in and out of the ring. Michaels played both the cowardly heel and favored champion. The Pro Wrestling Illustrated Match of the Year was highlighted by Jannetty's career and yet another classic on Michaels' resume. And then I just saw today that Marty Jannetty's losing his leg. Did anybody else see that? They're cutting it off, and
Yeah.
his sister passed away last night also.
Ooh.
Yep. So yeah, that's my first Monday Night Raw. Jay, what's your next one?
What do I got here? From January 11th, 94, Bret Hart defending the WWF title against 1-2-3 Kid.
Wait, what month was that?
July.
July 11th?
Yeah.
That's my second one, you rat bastard. You took mines.
Well, it doesn't matter. I supersede you because you don't like Bret Hart anyway.
No, you're right. You're right. But I did like Lightning Kid, though.
It wasn't Lightning Kid.
When he first came out, he was Lightning Kid, wasn't he?
Not during this match, he wasn't.
No, but I'm talking in his career.
They changed his name.
He was the kid.
But he was Lightning Kid also.
He was Lightning Kid when he was in Global Championship Wrestling down in Texas.
Oh, okay. All right. So anything you want to talk about that match?
They went toe to toe. Bret gave him a hell of a lot of offense that maybe some in the business would maybe think he didn't deserve at that point. But Bret put him over strong. That match did a lot for his career. And I've actually listened to interviews with Sean Waltman, who would tell you the same thing. That match with him and Bret, that match did a hell of a lot for Sean Waltman.
Talking about Waltman, 1-2-3 Kid. Back then, he had a lot of good matches with Razor Ramon too.
Mm-hmm.
So, Reese, what's your second one?
Well, we'll stay on the topic of that.
Okay.
from May 17th of 93, 4 months into Raw, was Razor versus the Kid. That was the, going into it, you have your star power facing a jobber where, everyone thought that it'd just be a squash match, and what Razor threw him into the turnbuckle there and went after him, and the Waltman skipped out of the way and went up on the top rope and did a moonsault and shocked everybody. And then after that, he was deemed the 1-2-3 Kid. So it was like a David versus Goliath type match, and started Waltman's career off.
Reese, did you say that was May 17th?
Yeah.
I got that one on my list also.
I knew you would.
So that was WWF Monday.
So did I.
So that was WWF Monday Night Raw episode number 17. And that was at the Manhattan Center in New York City, New York.
What was their sponsor during that? Wasn't that like Ico Pro or something?
Ico Pro and because I remember the banner. Wasn't there one more? Lund?
I just remember Ico Pro.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to skip to make this my second. Doink versus Coco Beware. That was February 22nd of 93. And I want to think that for some reason in that match, I think Doink got Howard Finkel. Am I right on that?
He got Finkel with what? The bucket of water?
Like a prank, yeah. I
think I remember that.
For some reason that's in my memory of that match.
Probably.
Could you hear Howard Finkel? I'm Howard Finkel. And back then Coco was flashy back then. Did he have Frankie then?
He always had Frankie.
Well, I thought, didn't Frankie die at one point?
After Coco was done in the business.
Oh, okay. All right.
Coco was doing indies, and there was I want to say you can fact check me on this. Anybody can fact check me on this. Absolutely. I want to say there was a house fire.
Yes, I do remember the fire. Yep. Wow. All right, Jay. How about your third one?
Was Mankind versus The Rock, May 4th, 99. I'm sorry, January 4th, 99. That was the match that Mankind put butts in seats, to quote Tony Schiavone. And it wasn't just the match was so, but that finish, the entire finish, when that glass broke and Stone Cold come out and whacked Rock in the head with a chair, and then DX was carrying Mankind around like he was Rocky Balboa, and it was the entire finish. Once they got into it, was amazing.
And that's what ended the next week is what ended the 83 weeks on top, wasn't it?
I think WWE was already ahead of them a little bit because they had already shot themselves in the foot That was the night of the finger poke of doom, I want to say.
Yeah, it was. Because I have that match down, and I have that as a note. That was their counter to Finger Poke of Doom.
Yeah, and that was a tape show. And that's before assholes like us got online and were smart and knew everything and could read spoilers and shit like that. So nobody knew. And Shivani, I don't remember the exact number. I want to say it was 300,000 or 600,000. As soon as he said, Mick Foley, who used to wrestle here as Cactus Jack, is going to win their world title. Yeah, that'll put asses in seats. Everybody collectively clicked the goddamn button and went to USA to watch him win the world title.
Yeah.
Yep, I do remember that. All right, Reese, how about you?
Well, since Jay took my next one, I'll do the Shield versus the Wyatt family, March 3rd of 2014. This was a Elimination Chamber rematch, where the Wyatt family also picked up the win. And in this particular match, like Roman got his got involved at the beginning of the match, but then once the bell rang and stuff, like Luke Harper and Rowan and Bray did everything they could to keep Roman out of the ring, and that's this is the match where Seth actually walked out on Roman and Dean Ambrose, where the friction started. Like, it wasn't like a flashy match, but just the way. I mean, I enjoyed it, and that's when the Follow the Buzzards was a thing, and Wyatt was after Cena. So
Very cool. So my next one is, and it's it's another Razor Ramon versus 1-2-3 Kid, but this is the $10,000 challenge. Do you remember that?
I do, yeah.
It was a fast match. It only lasted 5 minutes 15 seconds.
But
And
kid got hurt.
Yeah, it ended in a double countout. If you remember that. Oh, look at that! Look at that cup. What's that cup say, Jay? Look at that. Look at that. Very nice. That happened up at the Mid Hudson Civic Center in my favorite town in New York, Poughkeepsie.
Wow.
Poughkeepsie.
Listen, I gotta.
I tell you what, I'll give you $5 and one chicken wing if you can spell it.
Yeah, you're not me.
All right, bet me.
Poughkeipsie.
Nope, you're wrong.
Closer.
No.
Closer than either of you two would have got without you even looking at the.
First of all, you don't know. You didn't let me try.
Would you have it written down in front of you? What do you think? We're fucking stupid?
Yeah, I don't think you're smart.
Well, no, I'd never claimed to be, but I ain't fucking stupid either. Spell it for me, big guy.
It is Poughkeepsie. So you missed the the double E's.
I flip the damn things around.
Yeah. So that's that. And according to Jay, 1-2-3 Kid got injured in that match. That I do not remember.
Yeah.
So, all right, Jay, hit us with your next match, big dog.
Let me see, because a couple of mine were ripped off.
So were mine.
I got Ric Flair versus Triple H for the World Heavyweight title. That whole show was dedicated to Ric Flair. And for when he was Triple H's quote unquote manager, even before Evolution, and he was offered a title match, and Triple H was like, "Nah, you're not going to do that." And he discounted Flair completely, and Flair damn near beat him. And the crowd was going absolutely apeshit, thinking Flair could have one more run with the championship. That was in May. It was May 19th of 03.
Woo!
That was the entire show from top to bottom was good.
Very cool. All right. Freak, what's yours?
Last one is I have Edge versus Flair for the WWE Championship. It was a TLC match. It's in 02. I don't know if it was. I can't read my writing. June or January 16th of 06.
Oh, I remember that. That was Edge. What gave him a full body press through a ladder, and then Flair got his ass whipped in that match.
And his Flair's daughter was yelling, "Dad, get up!"
Yeah.
Who was yelling at?
His daughter.
Which one?
I just read his daughter. I mean, it could have been Charlotte. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Oh, I gotcha.
I don't think it was her. I think it was his other daughter, Megan. Although it could have been Charlotte. Who knows?
Do all of his daughters look alike?
They really kind of. He has what, 2 daughters, and he had 2 sons. His daughters kind of do look alike. Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw that Megan or whatever you said her name is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my last one. I got Steve Austin versus Psycho Sid. And Steve Austin defeated him by DQ.
Well,
What's that?
I gotta be honest. I don't, and I was a huge Sid fan, just like you. We both were Sid fans. I can never imagine him coming up on somebody's top 5 of anything. But hey, listen, that's your pick. He had some good matches. I just don't even. I can actually say, and I'm ashamed to say it, I don't goddamn remember that.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't remember much. So I did remember Sid wrestling on Stone Cold, and I had to go back and search it because I couldn't remember if it was on Raw or not. And I finally had to find one that was on Raw, and that was it. Yeah, okay. So it had to have been the one that I remembered. So, right. Like I said, we got to go with what I remember, guy.
Absolutely.
It may not be the best, obviously, but it's what I remember.
That's all right. Hey, again, this show. These shows that we do now are just they're not based on facts. It's our opinions.
Yes. Yeah.
Can I throw an honorable mention out there?
Hey, you can do whatever you want. You're main event.
Only because, thank you, sir. Only because it just hit me when Bret Hart wrestled Sid in a steel cage for the world title, and Bret got screwed out of the world title, and then McMahon come in to interview him, and Bret shoved him down on his goddamn ass and proceeded to swear on USA Network, and they didn't bleep any of it out. That was one of the first times that ever happened, and I was like, holy shit.
Was that on Raw?
It was on Raw.
Oh, okay.
But Vince said something along the lines of, Well, you must be frustrated. And Brett grabbed the mic and out of his hand and pushed him down and said, "Frustrated isn't the goddamn word for it. This is bullshit." And they did, and he just went on and on and on. And that was the beginning of Brett's heel turn.
That was what? I'm sorry, I was coughing.
That was the beginning of Brett's heel turn. But before
Oh.
before he wrestled Austin in Mania 13.
Okay.
It wasn't so much the match, it was the aftermath.
Gotcha. And then also, obviously you got the Calgary screw job, but that was on a pay-per-view, so Brett was on his way out eventually. So him and Vince didn't have a good relationship, I don't think.
Well, I don't know. Vince hasn't had a good relationship with anybody, come to find out.
Not even his own wife.
That's messed up. That's messed up. I'm going to be honest. That's pretty shitty.
Oh, would you stop?
Reese, do you have any more matches?
All the ones that you and Jay had. Like I had the Rock and Mankind, and
Do you have any
That
that
one
you
was
didn't
taken.
have?
no, I said the other ones. that you
Oh,
guys
okay.
didn't have.
All right.
There was from Europe. Was the finals of the first European Championship tournament.
Uh-huh.
And I can't remember the date, but if you would go look for it, it was the British Bulldog versus Owen Hart. Excellent match, and the Bulldog picked the win up, which he should have been, because, I mean, Christ, European champion, you should give it to somebody from Europe, right? But that was a good match. There were so many. It was hard to pick 5.
Do you remember the match with the Steiner brothers and the Quebecers in the Quebec Rules match for the tag belts?
With the hockey sticks.
Yeah, when Johnny Pole threw the hockey stick in the ring, and
yeah,
they lost their shot at the belt.
That's when the Steiners were on their way out.
How cool was it when the first Raw episode came on and they had the big the Manhattan Center is where they first started, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't have the RAW big letters. That was once they moved, correct?
No, they
Was
had
it there?
them. Yeah,
Okay.
They had them, because you remember the first ECW invasion
Yes.
in '97 when Sabu jumped off of there, and when he jumped, the whole thing tilted.
Yes.
And he almost killed everybody in Team Taz.
Yes, I do remember that.
Poor Chris Chetty, he almost broke his damn neck.
Yes. Man, I tell you what, that would have been cool seeing, back Raw back then. And then then it went to Monday night, or Raw is War, correct? That was the Attitude Era, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's whenever they had the two things going up the sides of the stage with the emblems on each side.
Mm-hmm.
They had that, which was pretty cool.
I liked when they come on the air and the siren was going off.
Yes, yes. You knew it was Monday Night Raw when you heard that as my grandfather would say, siren.
Siren.
The siren's going.
Oh boy.
But I mean, you really have to think about it. Monday Night Raw, like Reese said, we were talking about an episode. And what did you say was the 1600th episode or something that we were talking about? That's a lot of Monday night wrestling, and us growing up, that we were so excited for Monday night. We get to see Raw. We get to see our favorite wrestlers. It
Yeah.
was always an exciting night.
Now,
Yeah.
have they ever? So in the 30 years that they've been on air, has it been weekly every single week for the last 30 years, or did something like the dog show interrupt them or something like that?
The dog show did interrupt. I do believe.
It did, but it always aired that week. Maybe not Monday.
Like a Thursday, yeah.
They would have a Thursday Raw Thursday or some crap like that. But
Now, did they? What did they do for the Raw after 9/11?
Oh,
I think it was. I
Wasn't
think
it
it was
like a recap?
I can't remember. I know they did. Well, that night when the Chris Benoit stuff happened, they had a Chris Benoit tribute show, and then the following night is when everybody found out what truly happened. But they still went on with the show. They did a Eddie Guerrero tribute show, so they have broke in, and like there were no storylines, there was no horse shit, but they still continued on with the show.
well, I remember Vince coming out to an empty crowd and talking in the ring, saying about what happened on 9/11. So I don't think they had a Raw that night.
Well, not 9/11, I'm going to say was on a Tuesday, because the first live event after 9/11 was SmackDown.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. I just remember Vince coming out to an empty arena and talking about it. Unless I'm getting confused with something.
That sounds familiar. I think you're on to something there.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
At this point, like I said, I'm old. I can't remember shit. But I do remember Vince talking about something. It may not have been about 9/11, but I do remember him coming out to an empty arena and talking in the middle of the ring.
I want to say that was the Benoit shit.
Oh, was it?
I want to say that, yeah.
But I thought you just said that they wrestled that night, didn't they?
It was the night after.
Oh, night after. Oh, okay. Then you're probably right.
Because Tuesday night was ECW.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, see, I don't see how you remember this shit, but thank God. That's crazy. So let me ask you guys one question before we get off of here. Since Monday Night Raw debuted, who would you say all the way? Let's go the first 10 years of Raw, and then we'll go to the next 10, which would be the Attitude Era / whatever, and then the next 10 all the way up till now. So the first 10 years, who do you think was the biggest star in Monday Night Raw? Jay, we'll go with you first.
Boy, the first 10. I think they made Scott Hall, Razor Ramon. I think that those first, if we're going by 10 years, the first decade, I think made Razor a top level superstar.
Okay. Reese, who do you think?
That I would have to say Razor Ramon.
What about just real quick, what about Shawn Michaels?
Shawn was already there. He was on the cusp of it.
Wasn't Razor already there though too?
Not really, because it's amazing what they did. They got over Kid because of that win, and they got Razor over because of the loss.
Oh, okay.
It's amazing what they did there, in my opinion.
All right. Okay, Reese, what about the next 10 years? Just say the Attitude Era and
Austin.
Austin? Jay?
Yeah, I mean, the popular answer is Austin, and I can agree with that, but I would say DX. Like, how do you take rockabilly and
Yeah.
the
God, I haven't heard
Road
that name in a
Dogg,
while.
and how do you take, and then their main eventing against Stone Cold Steve Austin? Had it not been the Attitude Era, those guys, you wouldn't even know who Billy Gunn is now. He's the most popular guy, excuse me, on the AEW roster.
Yeah, the Bang Bang Scissor Gang.
Yeah, Jesus
Fucking
Christ.
stupid. I
That's
seen
great.
that last night and I thought, what in the fuck did I just turn on?
I like Bullet Club's music though. I don't know what it is, but I like it. Did you hear it?
Yeah, I don't mind the Bullet Club if they would have left them, but then they joined the Gun Boys back up with Daddy after they screwed him over. I don't know about you guys, but I screwed my old man over like that, and he's just not going to come over and scissor me right away.
Right. And we're getting off topic here with AEW. But I mean, you're absolutely right. Man, I'm trying to think who. I mean, I would have to say either Austin or The Rock for my pick. Or no. You know what? What about the Undertaker? Attitude Era.
Attitude Era Undertaker. One of my favorite Undertaker. Well, I got two versions of the Undertaker. The Dead Man, the American Badass,
Right.
and then Ministry of Darkness Taker.
Remember when they put him on that cross and they
Yeah.
raised him up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when wrestling was good.
And
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to watch Raw.
That's when it was good too, man. You missed a lot of
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. Let's go, from now till 10 years ago. Who do you think was the top star for Raw?
John Cena.
Oh, good pick.
Oh man. I mean, Cena would be the favorite. Well, I mean, you have like Orton.
Yeah.
Edge.
Batista.
Triple H. In his later years.
Yeah, that's hard. Well, let me throw this name out there. What about Roman Reigns?
I would say last 5 years.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Dude, his look now. So was watching that Shield versus Wyatt match, the Wyatt
Uh-huh.
family match. His look then
Hmm.
to what it is now it was like you're looking at a teenager then and now like an adult. It was just really weird because that was the hardly any facial hair.
Yeah.
He just had the goatee. Now he's become a man.
He just looks like a goddamn badass now.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. So that's it, guys. We gave a few of our favorite Monday Night Raw matches. There could have been a lot more, but we some of us picked each other's, and uh, so we copied, but that's all right. That happens. We went back to memory lane on some of these because some of these I don't even fucking remember.
A lot of them we had in common.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, because there's, you know, we're not all the same personality. We have we like three different styles. So
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree.
We can all three of us can agree that we love wrestling, and that's why we're doing this podcast right now. So
Yes, and it's it's definitely been a ride with you shitheads. I almost called you assholes, but shitheads.
well, thanks for cleaning it up.
It's been a ride. 3 years now, which is pretty freaking cool. And just seems like now we're just getting started, baby. We're just getting started. So, I need to say something real quick. I stopped at Sheets earlier today, and somebody came up to me and they said, "Hey, you're the King Striker on the podcast, right?" And I said, "Yeah." And they said, "You're hot." I said, "Thank you. I pretty much know that." And they said, "No, you're HOTT." I said, I know I'm hot." They said, "No, you're head of the throne because you're the king. Hot, head of the throne."
just more to feed the ego.
Wow. So now I'm hot with double T's.
Yeah, you got some big T's.
But anyway, that's it for our favorite Monday Night Raw matches. Coming up, we got some exciting stuff for February, so make sure you check all of our socials. YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Instagram, and Twitter X. I don't know how much is on Twitter X. Reese, maybe you can tell the Shithead Nation what all is on Twitter right now.
It's just just share the episodes on there once in a while. When we go to live shows and stuff, I'll post some pictures of the action or the meet and greets or whatever.
Awesome.
So check her out.
Cool. And once again, whoops. God, you think I'd get it right by now. Thank you to the Shithead Nation. We appreciate everything that you do for us. Keep watching and letting us know how you like the shows. Jay, I'm going to let you do the honors tonight. How about taking us home?
All right. Thanks for everybody for checking us out. Follow all of our socials, as Larry said. And all I got to say is Top Guys out.
Out. Have a good night, everyone.